Hello, it's Aubrey Shepherd on the 14th of November 2013. We're looking at photos from the last few days, and many of them are connected to veterans groups. This is the beginning, the start at the Veterans 5K race we've talked about in previous years. And you see some people start off walking, and others took off like a bat out of a cave. And you see the walkers there are power walking, and they have a right. They don't have a separate category yet. I think that's one problem, but they still could get a burst of speed at the end and win some age group, possibly in some cases. Anyhow, the fast runners were coming back fast, and they're four of the first four men who finished, and you see, I think the youngest guy may have been the fastest one here. No, I think he was 18 or something, but 20-year-olds and up age brackets there to the 40s, I guess, were represented in the top view. But then you get some that are older, and there was a 76-year-old man won the over 70 category, and he had a pretty good time. So it's really a lot of fun to participate in these, and I enjoy photographing them. I don't like to be relied on to get all. There's a politician. You'll probably see a few more of those. That's a guy from down in Central Arkansas that's will be running again, maybe moving up, trying to move up to a higher office. And I think it's Tom Cotton's his name. Anyhow, here's another youngster coming through the gates, and they had to turn in their little time slip, their numbers slip, and of course their times were recorded as they came in. And the handout there is a lanyard with a patriotic pin on it, and that's one of the all-guy things. You have all these different sponsors that put up money, and there's a man that's a few years older than the average, and he did quite well. He was pretty far up in the group, but not high enough to. Now, here's the fastest two females. You notice the 10-year-old actually won not just her age class, but overall female. That was pretty impressive. Another couple of politicians were out for Veterans Day, and you recognize the two there, Congressman Bozeman being the taller among the two guys there, and there's some of the RNCIC people and some of the other veterans groups donating for the enlargement of the National Cemetery. The expansion is necessary because people are still going to be needed for a long time, it appears. And there's a TV crew interviewing the vice president of RNCIC, and it was great to, that was the newspaper crew, I'm sorry. In the middle, you see the man with his sergeant stripes and his World War II, his World War II outfit, at least part of his official uniform from way back there. And he's 90 years old. He lives right down the street. In some of the photos you can see on Flickr or videos on YouTube, you'll see his house as well. He lives right just almost less than 100 yards from the edge of the cemetery there. And he's at a lot of events. He was at the parade on Sunday, the Veterans Parade downtown. It was led by Mayor Lionel Jordan and the fire chief riding on the fire truck, and they had a flag way up high. And it was quite every day for several days, but particularly Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, which was the actual Veterans Day, the 11th. There are two of the RNCIC ladies, and in the middle, one of the ladies that helps manage the cemetery. And of course, these are all people that contributed a lot to have this event, and not just money I'm talking about. the work of gathering the prizes to give to the winners and all that went into it. So now they're cleaning up afterwards in these shots, and there was a lot to do, and just great volunteers. Here's a photo editor from the magazine that National Geographic. And he was at the university, and he showed wonderful slides and so forth, and lectured well on elephants and lions, both threatened in Africa. Till next time, do your part to help keep the water clean in the air pure in the woods great. See you. Hello, it's Aubrey Shepherd from the 14th of November, 2013. There's Andy Shoup, one of our newspaper photographers in Fayetteville. It's been doing that work for more than 20 years now, I think. And he's talking to Freddie, one of the regulars down at the Senior Center, on the day they had a little bit of a Veterans Day celebration down there. And you see folks are rolling out tables and setting up for the large crowd down there. And Andy often works, seems like he must work some overtime because he gets a lot done. And there's a veterans, a cake for the veterans, thank you cake at the Senior Center. And some of the folks that are there to celebrate. And I didn't have time to carefully select the pictures here, so there's a fuzzy face or two in some of the background of these. But I'll forgive myself because I shot so many events over these several days. But anyway, people line up at the Senior Center, and when there's a big day, there's lots of them. There's our 90-year-old, Eugene Keister, and he's with a young man who's in the Navy. And there's Eugene Keister talking to Ron Butler, who's president of the RNCIC. Boy, I don't know how much money Eugene gets to donate to such things, and he certainly didn't run, but he's still up there, getting out, walking up there, and participating, and he's inspiration, really an inspiration to some of the younger people, especially those military guys who are asking him about where he served and so forth back in World War II. Very interesting stories he tells. And there are some of the early finishers of the race who did well. And there's a Ramey cross-country young man, Ramey Junior High in Fayetteville. And we look at people doing the record keeping there. They've got it all computerized, and they check everybody in, and they have the prizes handed out in an orderly fashion. And, of course, it is confusing. Somebody got the wrong dog tag. The dog tag has something suitable for what some of the veterans still have their own dog tags from way back. I think I've got dog tags from 1958 that I got in the Coast Guard, and somewhere. I don't know where they are, so I can't wear them. But anyway, these people that were like this man, Mr. Keister, who fought in some pretty bad situations, some rough times of the year. He was out in the mud and so forth with, as they say, firefights going on. So these people deserve to be honored. Whether you believe there should be any war, well, guess what? You still got to honor the veterans because they're the victims, first victims of these wars. And the ones that are not there are remembered by people visiting this national cemetery all the time. And somebody's got a bulldog. Of course, there's always got to be a pet in our photos. And a lot of youngsters there, and nothing more impressive than the youngsters that did well. Here's an example of what I talk about. Don't mow until it gets dead of winter, because this was made on the morning it was the coldest in northwest Arkansas so far, 17 degrees, and that fritillary, variegated fritillary, was out on a dandelion, the only thing in bloom around the senior center that time. Till next time, please do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See you.